Right. So if, with the background noise, because I'm in the studio this morning, if you need to turn the volume up, then turn the volume up on your computer. Otherwise, as always, let's take this time to take a comfortable seat. Feel free to grab those extra blankets or cushions and place them underneath your knees. Sit on to the height. If you don't have your bolster at home, find the 2 or 3 extra bed pillows that you can use as a bolster. Soften your eyes down, gently close them if comfortable. And then start to just allow your palms to meet. Keeping the eyes closed, rubbing your palms together. Feel the sensation of your left palm and your right palm meeting. Feel the warmth that you're creating, rubbing your palms together. And then placing your palms onto any areas of the body that you know are needing some extra attention, some extra love. It might be 2 palms on the same place, or 1 palm somewhere on your body, 1 palm somewhere else. And just sending the awareness of that touch into your body, reminding your body that you are acknowledging it, that you're feeling it, that you're directing your breath to these places, taking a deep breath in and out into the areas where your palms are, and keeping the eyes gently closed, taking the palms to rest back down onto your thighs or to your knees. Tuning into your feet, tuning into the connection of your legs and your hips, your pelvis, your sacrum. Feeling into your whole torso, and within your torso, travel into the back and your shoulder blades, and allow the tips of your shoulder blades to begin to melt down towards your lower back. And then feel into the shoulders. Allow a sense of softening of the shoulders away from the ears, and a sense of lift and length of your neck. Lengthening out through the crown of your head. Drawing your chin slightly in and down. And starting to connect into that natural breath in your nostrils. Becoming aware and feeling the natural breath in and out. And acknowledging how your breath is feeling today for you. Acknowledging the inhale and the exhale. Acknowledge the pauses and the gaps between. And can we invite a sense of softness into our breath? Can we invite a sense of evenness into our breath? Can we allow the breath to breathe us, inviting the breath into our body as we breathe in, and inviting our body, our physical body, to completely release all that no longer serves it on the out breath. Do this 2 more times, inviting what we need into our body as we breathe in, mentally, physically, emotionally. As we breathe out, releasing, letting go completely. And then just gently, wherever you are, opening the eyes. If you are sitting onto your bolster, let's come off. Let's come to sit to the top of the blanket. We're going to do the joint rotations to warm up. And because I have my soul student in the room today, we have a request for hips. So we'll be doing hips. Thank you. So let's start doing the joint rotations. So taking your hands behind you, gaze down at the beautiful feet and your ankles. Let's begin here as we inhale. Lift the heels off the floor, draw the toes towards you. As you breathe out, a slight point and feel that opening through the front of the ankles and shins. As you inhale, lifting the heels off, and as you breathe out, gently stretching away. And we'll do this 3 more times. And start to feel the awareness that you're moving with your breath, rather than physically saying, I need to lift my ankles up. Feel when you breathe in, feel when you breathe out. And then ankle rotations, let's bring the toes in towards each other, and then circle at that ankle joint, lift the heels off the floor, draw the toes together. So as I inhale, the toes come towards each other. As we breathe out, they go away. We'll keep moving like this 2 more times. And notice that through this movement, we're also creating both an inward and external rotation into the hips. Next time the toes come in, pause, and we'll go in the opposite direction. We'll do 4 more times in this direction. Spread your toes apart like little fingers. And again, notice as your feet turn out, you're externally rotating into the hips as they come in. You've got that internal rotation. We'll do 1 more in this direction. And then let's warm up into the knees and the hips. Let's interlace behind the back of your right thigh and hug it to the side and then draw it in. Roll the shoulders to the ears, roll them back and down. Do this 2 more times. Roll the shoulders up, soften it back down, and 1 more time. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, softening them back down. Keep that thigh where it is. For the knee joint, let's extend into the heel as we breathe in, flex your foot. As you breathe out, bend the knee and relax the heel down. We'll do that 3 more times. On the inhale, extending, flexing the foot. Breathing it out, bend the knee and relax it down. 2 more times. Keep pressing your sit bones down, growing long through the crown of your head. And then hugging that thigh into the chest. Hold on to your right foot with your left hand, and your right hand guides and holds that knee. We'll come into the hip rocking, so we're rocking the foot back and forth. Now, as we do this, just notice it might be a habit of going into a posterior tilt, where your tailbone is under and you're kind of tucking under and leaning back. So roll your pubic bone into the ground, feel long through the spine, and sit on even more height if you need to. Right, let's take that foot on top of the thigh or hold it there. The hip rotations, we draw the knee into the chest, we take it behind, down and around. So we're guiding it, we're holding the knee and the foot in each hand, supporting the weight, guiding it. The inhale as you draw the knee in, the exhale down and around. We'll do a few more times in this direction. And just really feel into that hip joint. It might have been a little bit since you've done this, it might feel a bit clunky. The muscles around the hips might be going, oh, this is interesting. And then slowly, we're going to go in opposite directions. We take the knee down, around and in. Like stirring a pot in the opposite direction. And again, just notice what's going on with these muscles, stabilizing that hip when you change direction. Do 2 more times. And as always, I relate this to flossing our teeth. We floss our teeth, we brush our teeth, joint rotations every day. Happy, happy hips. Right. Hug that thigh into the chest, straighten that leg out. Let's go to the other side. So we're hugging the left thigh into the chest, and then draw it into where it has that space. Keep it there. Let's kick the shoulder blades back. Squeeze them together, roll the shoulders up, and roll them forward. Squeeze them together, take them all the way out, roll them forward, take them back. Keep the thigh stationary. Feel yourself breathe in, extend the heel to the ceiling, flexing the foot. Breathing out, bend the knee, and relax the heel down. So we're going to do 4 more times. On our inhale, we extend. On our exhale, we relax. Do 2 more times. If you've noticed your joints are getting a bit more cracky because spring is coming, it tends to be a bit windy, a little bit damp can happen. This can affect our joints, and this is why we're doing all these beautiful joint exercises. So from here, you hold on to your left foot with your right hand, your left hand supports that knee, and we start rocking the foot back and forth to begin with. Check in a little bit more anterior tilt, roll your pubic bone down, press your sit bones down, lift long out of both sides of your waist. Draw your chin slightly in and down. Keep the strength into the back of those neck muscles. Now place that foot comfortable onto that thigh, then do hip rotations. Pull the knee into the chest, take it behind, down and around. As you inhale, coming up, breathing out, going down and around. Let's do a few more times in this direction and tune into your breath. The breath is the key, it is your guide. 1 more time. Before we change directions. And then, to change, we'll take the knee down, take it behind, up and in. And just check in that we're not holding on to that foot in such a way that it's turning the ankle out or producing strain onto that ankle or foot joint. We'll do one more time all the way around, and then hugging the thigh and the knee into the chest. Beautiful. Straighten the leg out. From here, let's bring the soles of our feet together. Bring the heels a little bit forward so they feel comfortable for your knees. Hold on to the ankles. Roll your pubic bone into the mat. Now I want you to actively press the soles of your feet together as you lift up onto the ankles. Slide your shoulder blades down the back, draw the chin in and down. So you're pressing the soles of your feet together. Press the soles of your feet as if they're super glued together. Now, still super glue in your imagination, your feet together, but try to pull your feet apart, and you can feel different muscles switching on. And then just relax this. Now we're going to draw the knees up, squeeze and resist, and relax down. So with the inhale, press the knees into the outside arms. The arms try to press the knees down, but they resist. Breathe out and we soften. So that 2 more times. Inhale, resist in the next direction. Breathing out to relax. More time, breathing in. And breathing out. Then bringing the knees together, we're going to take the sole of your left foot inside your right thigh. And your right heel is to the outside of your left buttock, and your hips are facing forward. Just check one buttock if it's higher than the other. Place the blanket so it's even, and just check if you need something underneath its knee. So this is a movement. We're going to be rolling one side of the sacrum in and out to stabilize into that SI joint. So taking your hand on top of your right thigh, the hand can be on the floor or onto that knee. I'm going to roll that thigh in, so the hip is rolling in and that buttock will lift up. And then we roll back. Yeah. So rolling in, rolling back. This is the inhale. This is the exhale. So it's as if I'm rolling my femur bone thigh in, buttock will lift up, and I'm coming back. What we're doing is we're just creating some movement on one side of the sacrum, pelvis, and then we'll go on to the other side, just freeing up through here. Rolling in and rolling out, and then relax. Okay, taking your hands onto the mat, we're going to raise our right arm up over our head. And we're going to come over to our left. We're going to stay here. We're going to lengthen through the top fingers, spiral chest and ribcage out and up to the ceiling. Press the floor away, press the sit bones down, and breathing in, raising the arm up, and breathing out, relaxing it down. So to your right arm, breathe in, inhale, yep, exhale, come over to your left, inhale to lift up, exhale to lower. So to your left arm, inhale to raise up, exhale over to your right, inhale to raise up, exhale to lower. Do one more time on each side with our breath, that's it. Keep your sit bones pressing down though. Both sit bones pressing down. That's it. Other side. Lengthen through the top fingers. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale coming up. Exhale coming down. That's it. Stack that knee on top. Mermaid your legs over. So the sole of our right foot is inside the left thigh. And the left heel's to the side. Hips are facing forward. We're adjusting the blanket so both sit bones are even. Go. Great, so either hand onto the thigh or onto the knee, other hand onto the thigh. So we're going to roll that hip bone, thigh, femur, buttock will come off the ground, yeah, and then we're going to come back. So just where it feels right. Inhale and breathing out to roll back. That's it. And just note if you need to have anything underneath that right knee to support it. So now we're just creating movement into the other side of the sacrum, into the SI joint, and also freeing up into the hips. We'll do one more. To see and notice in yourself what side might be more freer and movement than the other. Coming back, taking the hands down. Let's take our left arm up by the ear again. Come over to the side, spiral chest and ribcage out and up to the ceiling. Keep the arm by the ear. Now lengthen through your top fingers. Press away from the floor. Press your sit bones down. Raise your arm up. Come all the way back. So your right arm's coming by the ear. We're coming over to the left and stay here. Glue your arm by the ear. Spiral chest and ribcage out and up to the ceiling. Press your sit bones down. Both sit bones. Lengthen through your top fingers. Lifting up and then coming down. One more time on each side. So we're going to breathe in to raise the arm. Breathe out. Come over to the side. The inhale lifts the arm up, and the exhale softens it back down. Floating up on the inhale, coming over on the exhale. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, floating all the way down. And then stacking that knee on top. And then from here, we're going to come over onto our back. You might still want to have a little blanket or cushion behind your head. And it would be really great if we could have a block handy. If you don't have a block at home, obviously a cushion and a strap or a scarf handy as well. All right, so let's come on down. So adjust that blanket behind the back of the neck so everything is comfortable for you and that your chin is actually drawn in and down and your feet are facing forward. So first of all, we're going to go into some pelvic rocking. So as a reference, you can take your hands onto the hip bones here as a reference. So as you breathe in, you're going to roll your hip bones towards your heels, feeling a gentle arch in your lower back. And as you breathe out, you're going to lengthen sacrum and tailbone along the mat towards the heels, feeling the lower lumbar imprint into the floor. The inhale rolls the hip bones to the heels, feeling an arch that's comfortable for you in your lower back. On an out breath, lengthen tailbone and sacrum to heels, lower lumbar to floor. Keep this movement going with your breath, relaxing the palms down onto the ground. And check in that your knees are steady. If you find that your knees or your thighs are moving a little bit all over the place, because we need to have a bit more stability and strength into the pelvis. So gently press down through the soles of your feet and anchor through the middle of that heel, the base of your big toe, little toe. Keep the kneecap steady. The movement is in your pelvis to sacrum, unwinding into that lower back. And then hugging your knees into your chest, let's take our hands onto the knees. So we'll do the egg beater movement to warm up into the hips. So glue your big toes together in your mind, hands on the knees, circle your knees out wide, the knees come together, and then draw the thighs and knees back into the chest. But inhale, the knees circle out wide, the knees come together. Exhale, hug the thighs and knees into the chest. So keep going 3 more times in this direction. Now the breath feel really comfortable for you. So as you really focus and feel into your breath, can we allow it to feel smooth and comfortable for us? When the knees come in, we pause and we reverse. We press the knees away, circle the knees out to the side, and then draw them back in. So we're inhaling, pressing the knees away, exhaling, circle the knees out to the side, draw them in. And the big toes stay touching the whole time. Keep going in this direction. The inhale presses the knees away. Breathe out, we circle the knees out to the side and hug them in. So one more time here. And then hugging the knees back into the chest. Plant your feet on the ground. Find your block, or if you don't have a block, a couple of cushions. And we're going to lift the buttocks up and place the block underneath our buttocks, underneath our sacrum. Just sink down through here. We're going to lengthen along each side of the body. So we're going to do the right leg and the right arm over the back of the head into the floor. Press out through that heel. Yeah, arrange yourself so you can straighten your arm overhead and straighten the leg along the floor. Make sure there's no walls or couches nearby. So I want you to feel you can really sink and soften the top of the hips, the pelvis, abdomen down. Lengthen back through those top fingers, extend out through that heel. I'm just holding here for a few breaths. The more we can create a sense of opening along the sidelines of the body, the more this will also help to release into the back. And then let's bend the knee, bring the arm down, and we'll go to the left side. So the left leg straightens, left arm goes over the back of the head. And you feel that you're lengthening along the floor out through that heel, and you're lengthening back through that arm, back through the fingers, and you're sinking down into the support of the floor. And allow that left hip, lower abdomen, pelvis to feel it sink into the support of the block as you sense into lengthening along the left side of the body. Few more breaths here.
bend the knee, bring the arm down, lift the buttocks up, remove the block. Let's find our strap. Place it around the sole of our right foot. And as always, you can keep that left foot on the floor, or you can straighten the left leg along the floor. But just notice if you straighten that left leg, let's have the kneecap facing up to the ceiling, the heel down, the toes drawing up, and anchoring the back of that leg down. Draw the chin slightly in and down, lengthen through the crown of the head. Soften the straps, we're not trying to grip them, soften the elbows down. And just start to press up into that strap through the ball of your foot. And just gently draw down on the straps at the same time. So you're pressing up through the strap, through the ball of the foot as you gently draw down. As if the foot's trying to press into the ceiling through the strap, but the hands are gently drawing down either side onto those straps. And then just relax. Let's take the straps in the left hand, right arm out to the side. Turn your right foot in. Bring your right leg a little bit across your body to the left, but keeping your right sit bones anchoring into the floor. Keep lengthening along that right side of your waist. Now press into the strap and gently draw down onto the straps. No matter how many times you do this, it's such a giving pose. You're always going to most likely be feeling an interesting sensation down from the back of the knee, back of the side, right into the back of the hamstrings. Focus on that out breath. Often when we come into a pose and we're stretching into one area, we tend to hold our breath. So when you focus on the out breath, and then let's float that leg up. And take the leg a little bit out to the side. We're going to do half happy baby to open the hip press. Left arm out to the side. Bend the knee down into the armpit. Press up through that strap. So your sole of your foot's to the ceiling. Ankle, shin in line with your knee. And you're drawing that knee down towards the armpit. Now lengthen your sacrum and tailbone down into the floor. A few more breaths here. And then release. Hug the right thigh knee into your chest. And then we can bend the left knee, take the foot on the floor. So we're going to bring the right ankle shin in line with your knee and take your right palm onto your right thigh. Just a little bit of resistance because we're going to build up that strength into both the hip flexors and into the psoas muscle. So you're going to press your right thigh into your palm as you resist. And relax. Remember your ankle shin is in line with your knee. So you're hinging at the knee. Bring your shin down, level with your knee. That's it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So press your thigh into your palm and resist at the same time. And then relax. And then press your thigh into your palm and resist. And then relax. And then hug that thigh into the chest. And the legs probably go, oh, that's interesting. I've done some work today. All right. Let's straighten that right leg, lengthen in each direction. So focusing on how can we open and release into the circumference of that hip as well. All right, so hug your left thigh into the chest. Take your strap. You can keep that right foot on the floor. You can straighten it along the leg. If you do, be really mindful. Knee to ceiling, toes draw up, ankle pressing down. Now soften the kneecap and press up. So the sole of the foot's trying to press through the strap to the ceiling, and you're gently drawing down at the strap at the same time. Now just notice your shoulders. Soften your shoulder blades down the back. Create that space we need away from the ears. Notice the chin. Draw it in and down, kind of like a double chin. And just gently, as if we're trying to strengthen through the back of the neck muscles lightly. Okay, let's hold the straps in your right hand. Left arm out to the side. Turn your left foot in. Bring the left leg a little bit across the body, but keep your left buttock and sit bones anchoring down. And you want to lengthen your left side of your waist along the neck. Now press into that strap through the sole of the foot as you draw down at the same time. And if you have a tendency to stand on one leg or sit on one buttock cheek, you'll be noticing the difference through this. A few more breaths. Find and feel into that out breath, releasing breath. bring the leg back. Half happy baby. So hold on to the straps with your left hand. Bring the left leg a little bit out to the side. Bend the knee. Draw the knee down towards the armpit. So your ankle, shin is in line with your knee, and the sole of your foot is pressing up to the ceiling. If your right leg is straight, anchor the back of that leg down. Press the heel down. Press your thigh muscle down into your thigh bone. And then gently draw back. Release the strap. Hug that knee into the chest. So now we're going to bring the knee on top of the hip. We're going to bring the shin and ankle in line. And we're going to take the left palm onto that thigh. And the thigh and the knee is trying to press in, and the hand saying no. You're going to stay where you are and relax. And then resist. Thigh tries to press in, hand resists and says no, no. Stay where you are and relax. And one more time. Press and resist in each direction. And relax. And then hug that thigh and knee into the chest. Okay, take both feet on the floor. Let's just do some gentle head turns, taking gravity out by lying on our back. So just do it comfortably for you. Just relax the arms out to the side that's comfortable for you. Keep the neck in line with the spine to begin with. Feel when the inhale arrives into your body, and as you feel yourself breathing out, turn your head to the right. So your right ear is coming down towards the floor, over to that shoulder. The eyes are following. Now, as you breathe in, the eyes are looking up to the ceiling. The head's following where your eyes are going. When you breathe out, you turn your eyes to look slowly over to the right as the right ear is coming over into the floor. And you breathe in, eyes are coming to the ceiling. So keep going with this movement as slow as you need to go. Follow your breath, and comfortably, can we allow that out breath to lengthen a little bit longer? And can we allow the in-breath to lengthen a little bit longer? Rather than just turning the head, notice the eyes looking in the direction that you want to go. The head follows that movement. One more time in each direction. How slowly can we comfortably allow the breath to be? Unwinding into that neck and shoulders. Also through the eyes, creating that neurological pattern so we know where we are. We're getting the awareness in space where we are. Right, hug the knees into your chest. Let's roll over to the side. Let's do some warm-ups to doing the cat-cow movements. So it's always, maybe you want to, normally I have a blanket on top of my mat. So just see how you're going. Maybe you want to spread a blanket over the top of yours. It's quite warm today, it's quite muggy. Taking the knees onto a blanket, palms underneath the shoulders. What we're going to do is we're going to gently draw the palms back towards us as we lengthen the tailbone to the heel, slide the shoulder blades down the back, and then the sternum moves forward and gaze where it's comfortable for you. Press the floor away, chin to chest at the same time, tailbone under, navel to spine, and pelvic floor draws up. So the inhale, the tailbone lengthens, palms draw back, shoulder blades slide down, sternum broadens. This is your inhale. Your exhale, curling under. Chin to chest, navel to spine, pelvic floor draws up. Keep flowing at the speed that matches your breath. And your breath has 4 parts to it. The inhale, the pause at the peak, the exhale, and the pause at the end of the exhale. We just don't always have the ability or the time to notice our breath, except when we come to class, which is very grateful because now we are becoming aware of all parts of us. How we are thinking, what we are thinking, how we are breathing, how our body is feeling. And now we're joining the movement with the breath. Let's do one more time. And then slowly coming all the way back. So now we're going to curl our toes under. I'm just going to turn around to face you. So we're doing the Thai bodice curl. So we're curling our toes under, supposed to go this way. And we're sitting back onto the heels. Now I realise this is not everyone's cup of tea of any kind. So if we need to take the pressure off the knees, then maybe coming forward, we'll take the weight off.
And we're going to be here for about a minute. And we're going to focus our breath at the point of our nose. So the point of the nose, the tip, is where we're feeling our breath. And we're doing this because it stimulates all these different meridian points on our toes. It opens the fascia lines of our feet, which will help to release into the legs and the lower back. And it also brings us to focus on our breath while our mind is fixated with sensations of our feet. So for the next few breaths in your mind, you might like a little mantra that says, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Just keep repeating that to you if that feels right. A few more breaths here. One more round of your little breath mantra. And then lovingly come out and release the top of your feet down. Give it a little bit. You can have a sigh of blessed relief if you like. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find our bolster, blankets, blocks, everything that we need, pillows, whatever you've got at home. And we'll come into the reclined butterfly pose. So we're focusing a little bit on those hips today. So here's some ideas. I quite like to have a spare blanket to place onto the back of my head. And feel free to have another blanket to sit on, which is really lovely. Taking 2 cushions or 2 blocks to place underneath our knees. And you always have the option of putting another cushion behind that bolster as well. Soles of feet together, heels together, 2 cushions or 2 blocks underneath the knees. And the distance between our sacrum and the bolster is relative to what's comfortable for our lower back. The reference might be 2 fist gaps, but you need to feel in for yourself when you come back. Take another blanket and place the blanket over the top of your hips and abdomen for warmth and comfort. Lengthen your sacrum and tailbone to the heels. It's quite nice to have other blankets to go underneath your arms as well. And find the height of just a soft roll, whatever feels right, to keep that neck in line with the spine, or the chin in and down. Placing the blankets underneath your arms, adjust your cushions or blocks to support the knees, and feel into that lower back, making sure that lower back is happy. So you might want to lift the buttocks off the mat and lengthen your tailbone to the heels, and then place that buttocks back down. Another beautiful option to support us and our lower back would be to also sit onto a cushion underneath your buttocks or an extra blanket to lessen the lower back. And when you are warm and covered up and your neck is in line with the spine, making sure that it's not in too much flexion, so you don't want so much height that you're having too much flexion into your neck. I invite you to bring your awareness of your breath now into your abdomen as we focus and settle the breath in and out of the abdomen, moving into what we call the diaphragmatic breath. So the next time you breathe out, feel that your abdomen is emptying out completely. And as you breathe in, feel the breath is expanding fully into the abdomen, into the sides of the waist, into the lower back. And as you breathe out, emptying out completely. Expanding and drawing the awareness of your breath in and out of your abdomen. As we settle into a comfortable rhythm here, allowing the skin around the corners of your eyes to soften, across your forehead to soften. Allow the skin of your ears to feel it can soften. The tongue away from the roof of the mouth. teeth slightly separated, creating the relaxation response in the jaw, which will allow a sense of softening down into the hips and the pelvis. Teeth are slightly apart. The mouth is just slightly open, so the skin and the lips can feel that and soften and release. As we settle the breath into the abdomen, we are going to bring a count to our breath here. So the next time you breathe out, empty out completely. And as you breathe in to a 4 count, we're going to breathe in for a count to 4 and breathe out for a count to 4. Keeping this count going, making it feel comfortable for any reason. If the 4-4 count doesn't suit you, you can go back to breathing in for 3 and out for 3. Otherwise, staying with 4-4 count. The next time you breathe out for 4, if you feel you want to have more, we can breathe in for 5. Otherwise, stay with your 4 count and breathe out for 5. So choosing the ratio of your breath that fits you. Breathing in for 5 and out for 5, or staying breathing in for 4 and out for 4. As we stay here with the counts of our breath in our abdomen, I'll just read this little poem I've read it before in class called Just for Now. Just for now, without asking, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight we so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you, and the infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, with awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are, so fully alive that the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Awakening into that experience of who we are, every inhale, releasing and letting go, every exhale. So we're going to
straighten the legs. So bring the knees together, straighten the legs. And just spend a few breaths with the legs straight. Take your arms overhead. Dive the tips of your thumbs towards the floor. Lengthen and draw the base of your rib cage down towards your navel. Lengthen your tailbone to your heels and circle your arms out wide. Turn your palms down. Bring them all the way back down into the floor. Bend your knees, feet on the floor, and roll over all the way over to one side. Slowly coming up. So from here, what we're going to do is put the frog pose. It's a funny name. I don't know why they brings the frog pose. I'm going to demonstrate first of all. What I need you to do is to, we need to have maybe some cushions or blankets underneath our knees into the studio. And this is what it's going to look like. I'll demonstrate first. What I'm going to be doing is my pubic bone and my torso is onto the bolster, and I'm bringing my knees in line with my hips and my ankles and shins are in line, and I'm bringing my feet up. So pubic bone, whole torso on bolster, and I'm relaxing my forehead down. Now just a moment, I'm just going to come out and I'm going to grab a block. If you've got quite a long torso and to support your neck. So whole length from pubic bone to torso, hips comfortably or knees comfortably out to the side. Maybe they're in line with the hips, maybe not. Drawing the toes up. Now supporting the head, placing my forehead so that my neck is still in line with my spine. And then taking extra blankets would be quite nice underneath my elbows and forearms, so that I'm not trying to feel like I'm holding my shoulders up and my forehead is lightly touching the floor. And I still have space. My face isn't squashed, my neck isn't squashed, my neck's aligned. And once you're here, what I want to encourage you, like I say, to maybe place extra blankets underneath your elbows and forearms or something underneath your knees. Encourage you to make sure that your neck is comfortable so that you're resting your forehead onto cushions or a block with a light blanket on. And you tap your elbows and your forearms in such a way that your shoulders feel like they're melting, that they're kind of like draping. So you're creating this space between your shoulder blades. And of course, we want to adjust the knees in such a way that they are comfortable, padding underneath them. And if for whatever reason, maybe it doesn't suit us to flex our feet and to have our toes drawn up, so just adjust that as well. So what we're doing here is we're creating the sense of external rotation, but we're taking the weight off by lying onto the bolster. We're not going to be here for an incredibly long time. I want you to encourage yourself that you can release downward through the torso, abdomen, pelvis, chest into your bolster. Encourage you to have a sense of release through the hips and the thighs and the knees. And allow a sense of softening of your forehead into the support of the cushions or block so that the neck feels both supported but can release and relax at the same time. So feel into that lower back, into that space below your rib cage, all the way down into your sacrum and either side of this. And encourage the awareness of feeling the breath here. Encourage the awareness of creating a sense of space as you breathe in and holding the space even as you breathe out. Feel the gentle pressure of the bolster onto the abdomen, further encouraging into the sense of release downward. Imagine we can almost melt our keep going down into the bolster. Have 5 more breaths here. Really slowly, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the legs in. We're going to lift the hips up and back. And we're going to counter that by coming into pose child. So taking the knees comfortably apart, the big toes touching, drawing the bolster in towards that groin. I like to have a blanket handy to place over my lower back. And of course, the option to have cushions or other bolsters to raise the bolster if we need to. It's important that we have another blanket, soft and supportive for the torso and the head. So I'm lengthening out of my spine. For me, having the bolster flat and drawing my hands underneath and turning my head to one side still allows my neck to be in line with my spine. But it's also very nice and feels quite good for some people if it's more on an incline and spreading the arms in between. Again, we want to make sure that the neck is comfortable in line with the spine, that we may want to sit with another cushion behind the buttocks. If the buttocks aren't touching the heels, we might want to place something behind the buttocks, underneath the elbows and the forearms, so we can feel we are completely releasing the shoulders, not holding them up in any way. Inviting that support of melting the cheek, turning it to one side. Bringing the awareness of the breath into the area of our kidneys, adrenal glands on top, the kidneys underneath the rib cage. Focusing the awareness of our breath here. Using this pose of child to pull our cup up. Press the reset button and to welcome home into our body, into our breath, into our mind, into our emotions, everything we need to be present for ourselves. Allow the breath to gently extend, to lengthen, to soften. We may be hearing the soft rain where I am, this beautiful soft raindrops happening onto the roof. Allow the sound, any sound that is around you, the sound of the rain on our roof here, provide another sense of comfort as a way to sink deeper and deeper into this pose, which is all for you. Keeping within the pose, we're going to be turning our head to the opposite side, neck coming through the crown, softening the cheek down.
Taking a few rounds of our breath to just acknowledge the difference in each side of the neck that we turn the head. Welcome the sense of softening further down through the space between the shoulder blades and shoulders, elbows and forearms. Sense of melting and merging into your bolster. Feeling the beautiful cadence of your breath flowing through you. Inhaling 5 more rounds of our breath here. Pose a child. And slowly coming all the way up. We're going to go into the mermaid twist, but focus on the hips, and we'll take the legs into like a scissor type movement. So we're going to come over. So I'm sitting onto my right buttock as an example, and I'm going to bring my big blanket between my knees, or big cushion or pillow is another good way. Bring a bolster or your 2 big pillows to the side of your hip. Again, it's quite nice to have other blankets here to rest underneath your arms or elbows. I'm going to demonstrate first. We're going to come down, so we're going to lift out of our lower back, and I'm aiming my left shoulder to the right side of my bolster so that my torso is long, and I'm taking my hands underneath. If I turn my head to the same side, it lessens the feeling on my neck. If I turn my head to the other side, it feels a little bit stronger, but stronger and lesser is relative. It might feel quite nice. So we can stay here, or what we can do is take that top leg and begin to straighten it. There'll be a natural bend in the knee anyway, so it's probably more like 90 degrees, or straighten it to where it feels right. And maybe bring that bottom leg out to where it's comfortable. Again, the knee could be quite bent as well. It could be more like a 90-degree shape. Taking that top leg relatively straight back, or to where it feels right for us. Remembering we're still trying to create the twist into the upper thoracic, so that I'm still moving and lengthening my whole torso along the bolster. I'm not lying on my side. And again, if the scissor type legs don't feel right, we can come back, stack the knees, and take the blanket between the knees as well, and come into the blanket. Staying here, adjusting the legs so they are comfortable for you. Checking in if you need any other support underneath our elbows and our forearms. To soften and support into the shoulders. Checking in that the neck is in line with the spine. And we're using the awareness of our breath here in both sides of our nostrils, following and feeling the breath up and down both sides of our nostrils. As you inhale, draw the breath evenly up both sides of the nostrils to the eyebrow center. And as you breathe out, flood the breath out and down both sides of the nostrils. And slowly
bending that bottom knee, bending the top knee, stacking them on top of each other. And then slowly press through your hands to come all the way up. And then we'll go to the other side. I'll turn my bolster around, or you can just illuminate around. So onto the left buttock, line the bolster or your pillows right up into the centre of that hip. This will stack your thick blanket or pillow between the legs, between the knees. And when we come down, remember, I'm aiming my right shoulder to the left side of my bolster, so my entire torso is flat, and I'm finding what side is it best. Same side as my knees, to my head, or lengthening out and turn my head to the other side. You can also get a nice gentle rotation into another bracket. But again, you want to check in to see what feels right. From the side, either staying with the legs the way they are, or maybe starting to straighten that top leg, knowing with them being able to bend to it as well. And then maybe bringing that bottom leg out to where it feels right. Checking in that we're not coming over onto one side. Torso is lengthening into the bolster. Getting a nice, comfortable sensation of the twist into the upper thoracic. Melting and softening your elbows and your forearms down into the support. Following the awareness of your breath in both sides of the nostrils here. Using this twist and with the legs scissored to release into the hips. So we use the balancing breath of inhaling and drawing the breath up both sides of the nostrils to the eyebrow center. And when you breathe out, letting the breath out and down both sides of the nostrils. Following and feeling the flow of your breath here. And 5 more rounds of the breath here. And slowly bending the knees, stacking them on top of each other. Slowly bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up to come all the way up. From here, we're going to come into the supported bridge pose. So we're going to have a nice blanket to support the back, the neck, and the shoulders up. Using the 2 pillows or the bolsters to come onto the back, feet together. You might like to have a gentle roll of a blanket just to support the curve of the neck. Not too high, just to take that pressure off. So lift your buttocks up. Now find your thread of your bolster or use your 2 pillows. Place it underneath the buttock sacrum. So feet are facing forward, about hip width apart. Again, finding if it's close by, an easeful initially to come out of it. Maybe find your blanket, come out of the close of the knee too. Find your blanket and just keep that blanket over your abdomen, thighs, hips, pelvis, just provide an extra sense of gentle weight and comfort. Maybe take some underneath that arms, back to shoulders. Should the leg feels comfortable. And we have the option of keeping the feet on the floor facing forward into the supported bridge, or straightening the legs out along the floor. Taking the arms where they feel right for us, whether they're out to the side or like T shape or a little bit here. Find where your shoulders can relax down. And find where it feels best for you, with your legs straight, with your knees and feet on the floor. We're going to settle the breath and the awareness of the breath into the base of our throat. We're going to be moving into the Ujjayi breath while we stay in the bridge pose. This is where we really lightly feel that we're constricting the base of the throat so that we draw the breath into the base of our throat as we breathe in to a point at the back and breathing out of the base of our throat. The breath is a soft, subtle, soothing breath. We can hear it in our own ears. And we use the Ujjayi breath here to bring us into the state of inner awareness, of drawing us deeper and deeper into our body, deeper into the state of stillness within our body, through our breath. Drawing a breath through the base of the throat as you breathe in, breathing out of the base of the throat as you breathe out. Listen to the soft sound of your breath in and out of the base of the throat. Feel the soft vibration from the base of the throat. Taking 3 more rounds of your breath here, in and out of the base of the throat. Your legs are straight, bend the knees, take the feet on the floor. Lift your buttocks up. Remove the bolster or the pillow from underneath the buttocks. And come back over onto your back. Staying on your back with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Just adjust your heels maybe a little bit more further forward of your knees, just to feel that you can create the space you need into that lower back. Taking your palms gently onto your lower abdomen, resting the elbows into the floor, feet facing forward. Feeling that gentle rise of your abdomen into your palms when you feel the inhale. Peak of the inhale, gently pausing at the peak. Breathing out, heading into emptying, feel the palms move back down, empty out completely. Keep emptying out, pause at the end of the inhale. And then stay with the awareness that the breath is breathing you. That you are feeling, following the breath here. You're allowing it to spontaneously happen. You're not trying to cut it short, hurry it up. Feeling by your hands the movement of the breath in and out. Filling the emptying, the receiving and the giving of your breath. Stay here for a few more rounds. And gently rolling over to the side, coming into relaxation now. So finding your pillows and your bolster placed underneath your knees. Quite nice to have another blanket underneath your heels, one behind your head and your neck. A nice warm blanket to cover yourself up with. Perhaps another light blanket or a scarf to cover your forehead or your eyes. Something underneath your arms, some more blankets or cushions, or even placing a light weight like two little bean bags or something in your hands to relax further into relaxation response. Feeling the sense of the chin drawing in and down, feeling the sense of heaviness and sinking of the back of your head into the ground. The back of your arms into the ground. Feeling the support of the props underneath your knees, maybe more blankets underneath your feet. Bringing the awareness of receiving and integrating the restorative poses deeper and deeper into the presence of your whole being. Take the arms slightly out to the sides, palm facing up. Relaxing the teeth, separating the teeth, the mouth just slightly apart. Inviting the jaw to soften. Skin on your face as if it's almost melting. Feeling the points of contact of your body, the floor beneath your body. Allowing, sensing into this. And through this awareness of your body in contact with the floor, receiving the heaviness of letting go, the heaviness of the physical body releasing into the floor beneath. Get your out breath, coming back home into your body and releasing further down. Bring the awareness into the breath and both sides of the nostrils now. And into your body above the floor. Inviting the ease of lightness into your body. Now shift to hearing the sounds outside of the room. Here we have the rain on the ceiling, we have the light of cars beyond our building. Shift the awareness to your sounds, wherever you are, further and further out. Bringing the awareness from outside sounds back into the room that you're in, into your breath, allowing your breath to deepen. Feeling into the body parts as they're named. Feel each part, imagine it, see it in your mind's eye, and then let it go completely as the next part is named. Begin down at the soles of your feet, feel them, imagine them, see them in your mind. Letting them go, moving to your 10 toes, top of feet, ankles, heels, shins,
calf muscles, kneecaps, back of knees, top of thighs, back of thighs, hips, pelvis, buttocks, lower back, middle of back, upper back, spine from base to top, back of shoulders, space between the shoulders, back of shoulders, back of arms, back of wrists, back of hands, 10 fingers, palms, the inside of your wrists, the inside of both arms, up to your armpits, come back to the back of your neck, back of head, crown of head, and your forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, and the space between your eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, bridge of nose, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, mouth, jaw, chin, throat space, collarbones, right side of chest, left side of chest, right side of abdomen, left side of abdomen, the whole of your right leg from hip to toe, and the whole of your left leg from hip to toe, both arms, both legs, the whole back of your body, and the whole front of your body. Feeling into your whole body, whole body, whole body. You bring the awareness now up to the space behind your closed eyes, into the space of your mind. And imagine you're staring up into a clear sky. Your mind is the sky. Your thoughts, your colours, your feelings, your pictures. These are clouds. They may cover the sky, but the sky is always there, present. To gaze into the space of your mind, knowing that you are not your thoughts nor your feelings. You are not the story that you tell yourself or get involved with. You are the witness. Keep gazing into the space, allowing everything and anything or nothingness to be. And then slowly begin to draw the awareness from watching the space of your mind and come back to watch your breath. Become aware of your breath, feeling your breath here. And as we stay here feeling our breath, here's a little poem about the breath. The breath flows in, and just before it turns to flow out, there is a flash of pure joy. Life is renewed. Awaken into that. And as the breath is released and flows out, there is a pulse as it turns to flow in. And in that turn, you are empty. Enter into the emptiness as the source of all life. So enter into your breath. Allow the in-breath to be a flash of pure joy. Allow the out-breath to release. And in that release, knowing that that source of all life is in you, in your awareness of your breath. Come back to your physical body. Feel the physical body, position, place. Feel your surroundings. Become aware of your surroundings. Stretch your arms over the back of your head from fingertips to toes. Have a beautiful stretch. Really enjoy it. Feel into it. There's this amazing word called pandiculation. It's the name of stretching. And it just kind of, make it feel good. Right, roll over to one side, any side. Coming up, and we'll close the class together. So we'll rub the palms. Lots of heat happening. Eyes gently closed if comfortable. And then we'll cup the palms, lots of warmth, over your eyes as if you're drinking in the warmth of your breath into your eyes, into your body, into your whole day. Bring the palms into the heart space as a way of gratitude and thanking. Thanking all parts of you, the seen, the unseen. Bringing them love and gratitude. And sending it out to everybody. Sending out that gratitude. Awareness, that love that holds us together. Individually, in the community, in the country, in the world. From this place, closing, blessed be, and namaste. I'll just come over to the stop.